Is this going to get recorded?
I just recorded it.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see it recording. All right, hi, guys. So for Brooke's team, I'm Megan Saienni, and you'll see some of my guys on here. And then for my guys, this is Brooke King. I asked Brooke to do this call for me because Brooke and I are a lot alike, but there's also a lot about us that's very different. I stay home all day with my son, and Brooke works full-time and has a full-time earning Beachbody business, which to me is like Brooke is out there doing the impossible. I really admire that, and I think that it's just crazy. And I wanted her to share that perspective with my team because I know I have working moms on my team, and it's hard for me to identify sometimes with them. I also know that Brooke is incredibly successful in this business because she's so consistent and that she is incredibly organized, and she's got some really great systems on how to work this business efficiently. So when I asked her to do this call, she said, well, just so you know, I consider myself to be incredibly efficient. And I was like grinning from ear to ear, and I was like, yes, that's just so awesome. So she's going to share some of that efficiency with us tonight. And I think there's going to be a lot of great tips and tricks. Brooke is a 2-star diamond coach. Brooke's going to leadership also in January, and I cannot wait to see her there. And you know, it's what she's done is pretty incredible. She works full time and has built a full-time income earning Beachbody business while being married with 2 small children at home. So she's going to kind of share a day in the life and what she does, and I think everyone here is going to need to take note. All right.
Thanks, Megan. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody because I think there's like some background noise. So if you have questions, just unmute yourself. This is pretty casual. You can just interrupt me at any time. That's fine. Okay, so I think everyone's pretty muted. So hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Megan, for inviting me. I think it's really cool to combine team calls like this because it really brings our bigger team together because we're all in Fit Force together. And, you know, we all are always hearing from the same people. So it's kind of cool to hear from other people. I know Megan has spoke on my team call. And just to show her commitment, she was out in the parking lot, like taking a break from work and calling us, you know, and she gave us some great tips. So I'm hoping that I can kind of do the same. Everything that I'm about to say tonight is not always the way my life goes. It's not normally like smooth sailing. Especially the past 10 days have been completely insane. My husband's getting back tonight after being gone for 10 days. So if my kids interrupt us, it's because they're waiting up for daddy. But just to get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to all the gold diggers on here as well. It's so nice to have familiar faces there. And we're just kind of combining our team call for this week with you guys. So like Megan said, she asked me to talk about how I kind of manage all of my responsibilities. So first, let's just do like a show of hands. Who on here also has a full-time career outside of Beachbody? A lot of people. And what about a spouse who's married or has a boyfriend? And what about children? Ooh, lots of hands. That's lots of babies. And what about other hobbies? Like you enjoy doing stuff besides just Beachbody coaching and working and babies and spouses? Right. So, okay, I mean, it's pretty obvious. We all kind of have things going on, you know, life kind of comes at you, and it's important to just get our priorities straight, but always be flexible because you never know when life is going to happen. You know, and I have a lot of the same responsibilities you guys do, and I want to share with you how I feel like I've built a pretty solid foundation of a business, but in my opinion, we're just getting started. I have a long ways to go with this. So I made a little PowerPoint because I love PowerPoint. So let me share my screen. Hopefully that works. Can you see it? Okay. So here is kind of like my life. Top left, that's my husband. And we've been married almost 6 years in a couple weeks. And I really lucked out with this business because he is very, very supportive of me in this business and he's like an entrepreneur himself. So I really lucked out there. I know a lot of people don't have that, you know, a supportive spouse. And I definitely suggest trying to get, you know, I know Lauren has a call that her husband did about being a supportive spouse, and getting them on board, I think, is really key in this business because it's kind of time with them that you're sacrificing to work the business. Top right corner, those are my little babies. Emily is 2, and Ryan's 3.5. So I definitely have my hands full with them. Down on the bottom right, hey buddy, can you go watch Frozen? I want milk. Okay, I'll get you milk in just a second. Down on the bottom right, that's my work picture. So I'm actually the director of HR for a government contractor in DC. And I have been with my current company for 8.5 years, and it's pretty good. I've moved up the ladder there, and now I run a department with about 6 people. So I have 6 people reporting to me there as well. And then on the left, of course, I am the CEO of Brook King Fitness and the founder of Gold Diggers, and we're currently ranked 115 in the entire network, which is awesome. And it's really, really, exciting, and it's just kind of surreal, but it all definitely takes a lot of work. So let's see here. Of course, there's some other things. Sorry, I have both the kids in here now. Here, why don't you guys sit right up here on the bed and watch.
Mommy,
Look, watch.
Mommy, I want milk.
Okay, I'm going to get you milk in just a second, okay? Okay, so a couple things that aren't pictured here. I also like to play tennis. I have 2 dogs. One of them just had ACL surgery. And I have a lot of friends that aren't involved in the business. I just went to Charleston with a couple of them. So it's definitely spread pretty thin, but I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks that I do to run the business. But at the same time, the advice that I'm giving, like I said, is not show that I have it all together, because I definitely don't. I have days where I'm about to explode, like right now. And then I have, days when I'm in tears because I just can't handle it all. And then, of course, there's days when I'm doubting myself, just like the rest of us. So just know that all these things are normal. Hold on one second. Okay, come here. You guys have to go watch Frozen. Okay, I'm going to get you milk as soon as I'm done with this call, okay?
Yeah, Brooke, take a minute and do what you need to do. That's fine. Way to go, Gold Diggers. 115? That is crazy.
I'm back.
That's
okay.
That's awesome.
First things first, everybody give yourself a pat on the back. What you're doing, take a deep breath. What you're doing is incredible, okay? So it takes a special person to step up to the plate and make their dreams happen, Everyone can sit back and wish for things and want things and dream that maybe one day, but not you. You've taken the step and you're doing it to make it happen. And that should honestly be applauded, okay? And it's not everybody that can do this kind of stuff. So definitely pat yourself on the back and just take a deep breath. One thing that's been really hard for me is comparing myself to others. One of the coaches that I follow is like 15-star diamond or something, and she lives in my old neighborhood. So I used to get really wrapped up in that because it seemed like she was breaking a new diamond like every day. But then I realized, you know what? We have different things. She stays at home. Staying at home can't be easy either. But we have different responsibilities, different priorities, different things going on in our lives. So it's really important not to compare yourself to others. Even look at Megan. Every day she's like going up a rank advancement, And we were like, I think we went 2-star, like around each other. And then she's like 3, and I'm like, oh my God, gotta chase her. So, Megan's like the top coach on Fit Force. So you're always trying to like catch her. So that's really awesome. But don't compare yourself to others, because you have no idea what's going on with them at that time. And it differs for everybody, what everyone's going through and dealing with. So work on you and your mindset every day, and always be a product of the product. And the reason this is so important is because not only is it important for your business, but I know for me that I'm a better mom, I'm better at my job, I'm a better coach, I'm a better friend, I'm a better everything when I'm working out and being healthy. I just feel better about myself, and that makes me, better for everybody else. Sorry, I need some water. Okay. Work with your family to find out what sacrifices you're able to make, because you're going to have to make some. So for me, like, Eric and I, obviously he's on board. So we kind of sacrifice our time together. At night is kind of the time that, the sacrifice that we made. And previously it was kind of like we'd be sitting on the couch. He'd be on ESPN.com. I would be on Pinterest or something like that. And we'd be watching TV, but nobody was actually watching it. So now I just come upstairs and do work during then, and he's actually working on his side business at the same time. And we were on the same page with that. And that communication is really important, because otherwise, if you're not paying attention to them, they're going to wonder,
Mommy,
what?
I need to fight my nose.
Okay, sit down. Okay, go watch Frozen. So it's very important that you're on the same page with that and figuring out what sacrifices you are able to make, because, you know, time is of the essence. So there's not everything you're going to be able to be the best at. Keeping your priorities straight, and this is really, really important, because you remember why you're doing this always. So you don't want to sacrifice, you know, the time with your kids, because then you're going to resent the fact that you're doing the business because you're losing time with your kids. So keep your priorities straight and always, you know what, like I said, what sacrifices you can do. So like I used to play tennis a lot, and now I don't play it quite as much. I always am talking to coaches on the way there. I'm talking to coaches on the way back. And I don't, you know, play on nights when we have team calls or anything like that, because this is my priority over tennis. But, you know, communication is huge. And my husband, like I said, I really lucked out, and he's like 110% on board. He actually keeps me on track sometimes when I'm like, but when I think back, you know, to how it was before, like, we're not really losing much. It wasn't like we were, you know, cuddling on the couch. We were sitting there on our phones. And so that's just the time that we used to work the business. Share your whole story. That's what's going to make you relatable. So if you're a working mom and you've got kids and you've got a job and you've got all this stuff, post about it all. Okay, come here. But post about everything. That makes you relatable. Share your whole story. Embrace the chaos, right? Because show your messy house. Show how you're struggling to get dinner on the table. I'm guessing more working moms are going to relate to that than a spotless house and a perfectly cooked Betty Crocker meal on the table every night. Okay, stop it. Okay, go get in bed. 1 second, please. I'm going to get you both milk in 1 second. Stop. Okay. So embrace the chaos, right? Because life happens, and there's just really, you know, not much you can do sometimes. So that's that. Sorry, Megan. But post about it. Post about the craziness going on in your life, because other people that are going through the same thing are going to 100% relate to that as compared to the perfect life, because nobody has that, right? Be flexible, because there's no way to control everything. I've tried. I am like A-type to the key, and I like to have control over my life, but there's just no way to do it. And I think when I had kids, I realized that that just wasn't going to happen, and I kind of gave up control a little bit. And it actually makes you able to enjoy and embrace a little bit more. But there's no way you can control your coaches. You can't control your kids. You can't control, you know, the external factors around you. All you can really control is what you're doing. So make sure you're doing you. Patience. So patience is like my least good attribute. I suck at patience. I've been bad at it my whole life. I want everything to happen yesterday. But patience is so key in this business, and that's with the business running its course. You know, it's not an overnight get rich quick kind of thing. And also with your team, you know, so your new coaches are going to come to you with questions. It might be the same questions over and over and over from different coaches. And they might catch you when you're really busy at your other job. So you just need to be patient with everybody, and remember what it was like when you were a new coach, and give them all of the guidance that they need. And then of course, just to be patient with the business, because it definitely takes time. It took me like 10 months before I really felt like I had a solid sort of foundation. And then know that you can do it. It all starts with you. Anyone that wants to put in the work in this business can be successful, but you have to put in the work, and you have to believe that you can do it, because there's going to be tons of ups and downs. There's going to be, you know, bad days and bad weeks, and just weeks where you're sitting at Success Club 0. But you just have to know that if you're going to do your power hour and your 3 vital behaviors, it's going to come out, you know, out with a positive in the end. And then I don't know where I heard this, but it's so, so true. Success is just not convenient. It's not. And that's so true for someone that has, you know, so many different hats that they're wearing in life. Okay. Sit down.
Can I have a big bottle?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so believe in yourself and know that you can do it. The next thing is, like Megan said, I do feel like I'm pretty efficient. And I feel like a lot of that comes from organization. As we know, time is of the essence, so you have to get organized. So my first tip is getting organized with life. So I use Google Calendar, which is awesome because Eric can add his stuff to it. It's color coded, so like green is Gold Diggers, red is the Virginia Tech schedule because I know during football games Eric doesn't care if I'm working. Orange is the Redskins schedule. Purple is like Ryan's school. But the calendar is huge, and just to get organized with everything in life. Then you want to get organized with your prospects, so the people that you're recruiting. And these are the people that you want on your team. So for me, I have all their names on the left, their email addresses, because sometimes I'll send out like flyers, and then the last action. So if I comment on their Facebook, or if I send them an invitation to one of the groups, or whatever it may be, I just put the last action there. With your customers, because you've got to get organized with your customers, because you've got to be able to check in with them. It's good to know what programs they bought in the past, what they're interested in. And then, you know, once you get going in this business, you really kind of get a lot of customers, and it's impossible to remember everything you talk to them about. So I put down like what we talked about in our last conversation and when that conversation took place. And then with your coaches too, because you want to make sure, you know, if you're giving people gifts for Emerald or giving people gifts for whatever, you want to make sure you remember what you're doing so that, you know, you can make sure to, you know, celebrate and recognize everybody. So here's kind of like my typical day. So 5:30 a.m. is when I do my workout because I like to do it before the kids get up. 6 o'clock a.m. is kind of when I do my power hour. So I come straight to my desk, I sit down, I send out messages, I comment on people's Facebook pages because then in my opinion, when they log in, they're going to see that I commented. That'll be like their first notification of the day. I check in with my challenge groups, and usually my posts for my challenge groups go up at 6:30. And then I check in and I post in Gold Diggers, which is my team page. And then from 7 to 8 is just pure chaos hour of getting me and the kids ready and out the door. And then 8 to 8:30 is when we commute. And I carpool, so I only really drive 1 week out of the month. And the weeks that I don't drive, I'm on my phone the whole drive, responding to people. And the weeks that I do drive, I listen to like podcasts or, you know, things like that on the way. And so then from 8:30 to 12, I work my job. And I check my phone though, like during work. I know some people can't do that. I'm lucky that I am able to do that. 12 to 1 during my lunch break is devoted to Beachbody. So that's when I'm following up. I'm continuing conversations. I'm responding to coaches and customers. Then 1 to 5, I'm working again. 5 to 5:30, I'm commuting again. Then 5:30 to 8 is like family time. And I try to put my phone down. Although if I'm doing a call to action or something like that, I don't always do that. But that's going to be, you know, dinner, bath, bedtime. And then sometimes we'll do like family exercise. So if we need to go for a walk, or if I didn't do my workout in the morning, they'll do it with me kind of like in the afternoon or just jumping on the bed. And then 8:15 to 10 p.m. is when I'm on doing team calls, working on my posts for the rest of the week. And then at 10 o'clock, I literally crash. Okay. Literally crash. Now that 10 o'clock time is flexible depending on what's going on. Sometimes after team calls, I'm really fired up, so I'll stay up and do some extra work for an hour or two. But, you know, I try to get to bed by 10 if I can. A big thing that's really been helpful for me is planning ahead for my posts. Now, these are posts for my timeline. And what I'll do is I'll sit down and I'll go to the people's pages that I'm following, and I'll find ideas that I really like, that kind of relate to me, that I could make my own, and I will write them down. So, and then I'll send myself an email for the day. So if you look here, like I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and like in my Monday email, it says timeline in the AM, and that's what I'm going to post. And then anything I need to take a picture of, I'll put in stars and make sure I take a picture of that like that morning. And then what I'm going to post in Goal Diggers in the AM, etc. So I'll do that for like each day. And that for me is really easy to post because then I'm not struggling to find something to post at the prime posting times. And it's already really thought out. It's a good post. And all I have to do is copy and paste it and put it on my timeline. So that is really easy for me. And I really started doing this recently, and it's really worked out really well. Okay. Okay, challenge groups. I use Buffer for all of these. And I only use Buffer in my challenge groups because I heard that if you use Buffer on your timeline, it doesn't get as many views. Is that right, Megan? Yeah. So I don't use Buffer for my timeline at all, but I set up all of my challenge groups in Buffer, and it's really awesome. I set them up like the month before I even start. So, you know, when a challenge group's starting on Monday, I'll set them up like the Sunday before. So the whole week leading up and the whole month of the challenge group's already done. So just some extra tips that I have that have really helped me is I'm constantly multitasking. So if I'm doing personal development, I rarely read, but I'll do, you know, podcasts or YouTubes like in the background while I'm at work, podcasts when I'm driving. If the kids have to work out with me, they work out with me or they sit on team calls with me. Don't compare yourself to others and don't be so hard on yourself. What you're doing is awesome. So just give yourself a break and know that, you know, we're not superhuman people. So some days are just going to be really hard. Delegate in business and in life. So this means like I got a maid because I don't have time to clean my house. You know, do stuff like that. Delegate to people on your team. Let them run groups. Let them, you know, do things within the team so that it's not all on you because no one can do it all. But that's why we're a team, is so that everybody can get help from each other. Surround yourself with people that support you and your dreams. And this is really important. It's really important to be around people that are constantly feeding you positivity and believing in you. And like I said, I have a bunch of friends that aren't in the business, but they're all very supportive and they all will try the recipes and, you know, it's great. So I just always like to be around people that are supportive and interested and that kind of stuff. Take time for yourself away from it all. And this is really important. And Lauren is the one that actually told me, Brooke, please take a day off. Because sometimes like you can't be doing it 24/7. You got to take a break. You got to go get your nails done, leave your phone at home, you know, go check into a hotel for a night, whatever it is, just get away from it all and just do what you want to do. And relax, you know. Okay, this is trash. Let's see here. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't need to. This business is all about duplication. Follow the people that have done it successfully in the past and just use their ideas. Like, don't plagiarize, don't copy, but you definitely use their ideas and make them your own. Don't waste time. There is no time to waste. So no scrolling Facebook, no just like looking on Pinterest, none of that kind of stuff because there's just not time for it. Take care of you first. And I know for a while I got so hung up like on the business that I wasn't focused on my own health and fitness. So I would skip my workouts. Hold on, Eric's home. Let me close the door. Can you get it out of the room, Eric? Oh my God, hallelujah.
You sound like a new woman right now.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I told him I'm going out to dinner by myself tomorrow.
Or right now.
Oh my God. Okay, so don't reinvent the wheel. Duplicate what works for other people. Don't waste time. There's just not enough time to do it. Take care of you first. And I know it's so hard to get, you know, it's easy to get wrapped up in just working the business rather than, you know, working out and doing all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're taking care of you. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And the sooner you do that and the sooner you're vulnerable and the sooner you don't care what other people think, the easier life is going to be because then you just post your life. Embrace the chaos, literally, and have fun. You know, that's what this business is all about. It's all about having fun and helping people and all of that good stuff. And then always remember your why. Because, you know, sometimes when things get rough and they get out of hand and it's like, this month sucks, like no one wants to join me, no one wants to do this. You got to remember why you're doing this. And for me, I started to get my own ass in shape, right? So that's my first and foremost, my goal, to make more memories. So I just booked a trip to Disney, which, you know, is awesome. And that was totally paid for by Beachbody, to have the extra. So, you know, provide for the future. And, you know, a big thing for me is setting an example for my kids and showing them that the sky is the limit. And if you work hard, you can literally have whatever you want. So, and I always want them to dream big. I don't want them to be held down by, you know, some sort of ceiling that tells them that life's supposed to be this way and you can only have this much. And of course, you know, everybody wants to teach their family how to be healthy and fit when they're young and develop good habits. And then I want to show my kids that life takes hard work. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to put in hard work in any job that you have. So whether it's one that's going to pay off in dividends in the future or one that you're just going to do every single day for 9 to 5, all of them take hard work. So I want to show my kids that hard work is what you're going to have to do. There's really no easy way to get ahead in life. And of course, I'd like to get away from my desk a little faster than my original plan. So that is all I have, and I'm really, really sorry about all of the interruptions. But I'm open for questions if you guys have anything, and hopefully that was a little bit helpful. Kristen, I knew I should have called you.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, guys, take the opportunity. We have like a top coach from FitForce on with us, and we don't get opportunities like this very often where we can just kind of chat in like this kind of environment. So if you guys have questions for Brooke, definitely ask them.
Yeah, for sure.
We do a lot of things very similar, but we do a lot of things very different too. So this is a great opportunity. And if anyone on Brooke's team has questions for me, like by all means.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for everyone to just kind of.
I mean, I think what I love most about what you said was that we all struggle. Whether we're home, whether we're working, whether we're a new coach, whether we're an Emerald coach, a Diamond coach, a Star Diamond coach, top rank coach, everyone struggles. Like, so at the end of the day, like, yes, Brooke and I have built larger teams, and we may do slightly more and put in a little more time than some other people on this call, but at the end of the day, we're all doing the same 3 vital behaviors, and we're all doing basically the same type of work within our power hour. So at the end of the day, like, what's expected of us as coaches is all the same.
Yep. And I think what's important, honestly, is to get organized. And when you sit down for your power hour, to seriously turn off all the other distractions and just do it. Just focus on your like list and just get through it. And then do follow up the rest of the day, kind of.
Right. And like for me, like I hate inviting, like I hate it with a passion. I make that the first thing I do every single day, right? Because I will make 1,000,001 excuses to put it off. So when I sit down and I open that computer to go do my power hour, I do my 5 invites, and then I can move on to the stuff that I enjoy. And I loved what you said about like getting hung up on the business, that you let yourself go, because I did that when I got back from Summit. Like I was skipping my workouts, like I wasn't eating right, I wasn't meal prepping right, and I was literally trying to take every second I had to pour back into the business because I was so like jazzed up, and it wasn't the best play. It didn't work out. I had to totally hit like the reset button. It was totally overwhelming and not good for myself or my family. I mean, you keep a very full day, girl.
I think but so, you know, a lot of it is just like me. I can't sit still anyways, but I mean, you have to get used to going 100 miles an hour for a little while, but you've got to take time off too. You have to step away and you have to just de-associate with it all for a little while sometimes.
Yeah.
Can we take a picture?
Yes. This call is huge. I love it. We need to do this more often.
Everybody smile. Yeah. No, this is awesome. What about anybody like have anything for Megan from Gold Diggers? She's the top coach on FitForce.
No, I don't think I am. I think you are.
You're 3 stars, aren't you?
I am 3 stars, but you're 115 and I'm 368.
Well, we have a good team.
Did you have your husband's business built? Where is he?
He's got enough coaches. He needs emeralds.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. And then you'll be 4? Or no, then you'll be 3. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. It happens fast, guys. And I think, like I said when the call started, like for Brooke, like I've been a coach. How long have you been a coach for, Brooke?
18 months.
18 months. When did you sign up?
March of 2004, whenever the 21-day fix was released.
Me too. Okay, so I
Yeah.
signed up in April. So here we are. This is the prime example of what happens when you're consistent and you work this business daily for an entire year. Like, I know Mindy Wender says it all the time, like, be here 1 year. Like, it's absolutely 100% the truth. Like, you work the business, you follow the 3 vital behaviors, you do your power hour, you plug in, and it happens. And it doesn't always feel like it's going to happen. And it's really easy to get frustrated. And like Brooke said, we all struggle. I think it's very easy to sit back and be like, what does Megan Saienni do that she gets like all these coaches? I do what I'm told. Like I follow the trainings and I make sure that I get it done every day. And like I dig deep into that why. And on the days that I don't want to do it, that reason makes me do it anyway. And I know Brooke is the same way. And what I love about Brooke is her consistency. Like she's there. She's present on social media. She's doing her workouts. She's trying the new program. She's doing Beast right now, getting ready for Hammer and Chisel. Like,
dude, Beast is no joke.
My legs are so sore, and I did it.
My arms, I can't lift anything.
I'm scared to walk tomorrow, but it's not like, so the thing is, like, I think people look at Sagi and they're like intimidated by his like Arnold Schwarzenegger like appearance, but it's a nice normal program. Like every single person on this call is capable of doing Beast, and doesn't mean that we're going to all come out of this bodybuilders in the end.
Right.
So funny. Oh, here's Lindsay Sanford. I have a coach who has a 5-day-old on this call right now. I fed baby and pumped and listened to the call multitasking. Yes, Lindsay, you deserve a prize with you and your.
Oh, that's awesome.
You there? Hold her up.
Multitasking is key. Now you're ready to do something else afterwards.
Yeah, wherever you can get it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm always listening to calls while driving. What, Linz?
The next thing I'm doing is going to bed.
Yeah.
Me too.
So funny. Anybody else? Anybody have anything?
Hey, I'm sorry. I put something in the chat, but thanks for everything, Brooke. This is really useful. I just wanted to chat about, because this is something I'm personally trying to just get over. I've talked to Megan about it, so I just wanted to get your input on it too. But I know on your one slide you said you just have to get over what other people think. And until you do that, then you'll really find the most success. You can just get over what people think. So I'm kind of one of those social media people that like, I'm not constantly on Facebook, and I'm really starting to try to come out of my shell on Facebook a little bit, but it's not even like my friends that I haven't talked to in years that I really care about what they think. I'm talking about like my mom and my dad that probably even shouldn't be on Facebook, and like my sisters and like cousins, like family. Like, how did you kind of just throw your hands up and say, it is what it is, like, this is what I'm doing?
Well, so again, I'm lucky because most of my family is coaches. Like my mom, she's on the call. My sister's a coach. My brother, so there are some people that are not really involved, I guess. But I kind of, and I do actually get the most criticism, I would say, from the people in my family that aren't. And, but for me, I have just decided that my future is more important than what they think of me. And it's weird. I don't know what happened. It was in January of this year, and all of a sudden something just clicked for me, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try this. I'm going to try what they've been telling me to do. I'm going to see what happens. And I really did just start sharing my story. And then all these people that I don't even know, I can honestly say when I had 25 coaches, I knew like 4 of them. All these people that I didn't even know were relating to what I was posting. So then they would reach out to me, and then, you kind of get a momentum, and then you kind of almost feel like you're invincible, and you really just don't care what other people think because you're building this rock star business. And then I was actually just talking to one of my coaches about it today, because she was like, I know that I can be diamond in like 3 weeks if I can just get over what people think. And I'm like, So now my whole mindset has kind of changed to where I think that people that are negative or have something to say are almost just jealous. Because I really think that everybody wants the dream and they want it to happen and they want to have these big goals come true, but not everybody's willing to work for it. And so I just kind of, people can take it or leave it. I'm sure people have blocked me. My best friend's husband blocked me. He told me he was like sick of seeing all my posts. And so now I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just tag you when I need you to see something, like I just kind of joke about it and just not really care. And if people don't want to see it, they don't want to see it. I don't care,
Same. I think Ashley Jackson posted once, and I'll never forget. It was when I was like first coming out of my shell, and I was like starting to get checks that were like kind of cool. I was like, oh, I made $250 this week. Like, that's not just a little bit of money. Like, that's pretty awesome. And it was just like the timing of it was perfect. She posted like one of those e-cards, and it was like, sorry, I don't pay my bills based on your opinions.
Right.
Like, and it just made me chuckle, and I was like, it's so true. Like, I'm not doing this on the negative opinions of others. And then, and it's tough because we've all experienced it. Like, we've all experienced like some negativity or just that sense of like, what do people think? And, it's out there. But then, like, what I like to do when I'm feeling that way is I like to think about, I have like 500 challengers. So like, I think about those 500 people and the messages that they send me, and our challenge group. Like, we have this rolling 21-day fix group. It has over 350 people in it, and just like what goes on in that group every day. And I'm like, that is why I do this. Like, that's why I post the way I do. And if you're sharing and not selling, and it's not, like at Super Saturday on Saturday, they said on stage, they were like, does a picture of you kissing your shaker cup like relate to people? Like, absolutely not. But does a picture of you, like Brooke said, in your house that's a mess minus like a Betty Crocker dinner relate to people? Like, absolutely. Like, does Brooke posting that like she didn't get her workout in at 5:30, but she threw her 2 kids in the jogger and went for a run, like that relates to people? Like, if you can just share it and not sell it, then like, what can people say about you? That you live an awesome life? Like,
Right.
If someone doesn't like you living your awesome life, then, in my opinion, I don't like them, so I don't care.
It's hard, but once you do it, and of course everything gets easier the more you do it. It really does.
Yeah.
And you start to hear from people that you are inspiring and you've never even met them before, and then it all kind of like
You start to realize that you have this reach that's like infinite, and it's pretty crazy, and it's like really remarkable, like totally remarkable. A year ago, I never would have thought I would have got picked for IG Fit Moms. Like, Jesus, who would have ever thought that would happen? I was on my couch watching GMA with a 6-month-old in my arms, like, who wants a sandwich?
I never thought I'd be putting pictures of myself in a sports bra. Good Lord.
Oh my God, I know. Oh my God. Well, it's funny because my coach, Angela, when she first started, Angela Rocco is my coach. I was like, she's going crazy. Like, and now look at me, like total transformation. I was like, I can't believe she's sharing those shakes. And then like, she like gave me a whole bunch of them. I was like, they don't even taste good. Like, I was like the hardest sell Angela probably ever have. And I turned out to be
well worth it.
Yeah. So, a lot of times you can turn those people into what could be your next 3-star diamond coach. You never know.
No, that's helpful. And you're right. Like, I definitely was a hater too. I mean, I told you I wasn't even on Facebook because I was so tired of everybody trying to sell me stuff on there. Like, I feel like and that's a whole nother like topic that's probably not really worth getting into, but I think that's another challenge, is that there's so many other people that are trying to do similar things to what we do. It's not Beachbody, but it's Stella and Dot and Rodan and Fields and 31. Like, everybody's feed, I feel like blows up. I'm super confident in our business and like fitness and nutrition. I think that's obviously way top of the list. And I know it's more about like sharing other things than that. It's just, I'm really looking forward to getting over that hump. I know I will. I'm getting close. To not giving a shit about what other people think. And you guys are like convincing me even more. It's just, it's scary. And there's that saying that like everything is on the other side of fear. Like, I know for me, the gold mine is in me just getting over it. It's just like so hard to let go of that feeling of like, caring what people think.
Well, and another thing that I always like to point out is like, we are not on social media to sell products. Like Beachbody invests millions of dollars in promoting products. They do the infomercials, they do the commercials, they do all that like brand marketing. Our job as coaches is to attract people to the lifestyle, not to sell people shakes and containers. What we want to do is like inspire people to adapt this as their lifestyle and make change that's going to like sustain itself for life. And in the end goal is to have that person become a coach and want to do what we're doing. So, you know, if you're sharing and not selling, like truly just sharing. And then obviously we need like our call to action posts like worked in there, but like every post should not be a call to action post. Like every post shouldn't be branded. Like we need to think of, I always say like our social media as like your reality show. Like people need to just appreciate the life we live and want to hop on board with it and ask more questions about it. Anybody else? Anyone? Yes? No? Brooke's like, I want to stay in here all night. I'm not going back out there. So
Never. I wish I would have brought my bottle of wine in here.
like 11:30. Call's still going on.
Sorry, see you in the morning.
I'm just enjoying being alone. So what did Janine say? A ton of likes from me. Oh yeah, that was so cute. Janine had a picture of her like emptying out her car.
But that kind of stuff is good. Like something I always get a lot of likes on is when I'm holding, like I'll hold my Shakeology on the way out the door with my lunchbox, my bag of stuff, my bag for work, like my hand's totally full. And that just kind of shows like how easy it is to drink it for breakfast on the way with all of this crap on me, you know, to start the day. That's a good way to kind of mix it in.
Yeah. Facebook likability is important. So Janine said she got a ton of likes. Once you like getting a ton of likes gets your stuff seen more. Like Facebook recognizes what is popular and who is popular and they keep them in the news feed. So that's important. So like I was saying, like everything shouldn't be a call to action because you need those good posts where people are identifying with you and liking pictures of your kids and liking pictures of you out on date night with your hubby to keep you in the newsfeed so that when you put up those call to actions, they get seen. But Brooke, you do an amazing job, really. That's just, you do a lot. That is incredible. Incredible.
Thank you. You're incredible. Megan's awesome, guys. For any gold diggers that are staying at home, you should follow her and use her ideas. She does really good.
But you know what? Like Brooke said, like I cry here some days. Like it is not
insane.
It's not great every day, that's for sure. So, and I also had to hire a cleaning person because I just couldn't keep up. And I've gotten really good at delegating and I've gotten my spouse on board and we make sacrifices. So, you know, our days look very different, but our end result is very much the same. The sacrifices that we make, the delegating that we have to do to like get it all in. I mean, it's a lot. And like she said, pat yourselves on the back and know that you're doing a good job and that it's not, you know, everyone struggles even at the top.
That's very true.
Anybody else? No? Well, I don't want to keep you guys. Brooke, I know you're probably dying to see your husband. I really appreciate you doing this. We should try and do this more often.
We should. This is fun. And everybody can talk to different team members and stuff.
I know. We got such a good turnout. Look at this team. We are awesome. It's because we're all here pushing to be an elite team, right, guys? Did everyone listen to the National Wake Up Call this week? It was really good.
I love her.
I love her, too. She's a great speaker.
She was at our Super Saturday, the last one, and she is just like, she is fit and funky. That is for sure.
Yeah, she's great.
She is.
She is great. All right, guys. Well, we have, 11 days left to hit Success Club and beyond. and I'll rank advance and keep kicking ass. Yeah. All right. Well, we can go ahead and end, Brooke, unless you want to add anything.
I think that's it. I think just be you, share you, because you are what your followers are looking for.
Yeah.
So, and your uniqueness is what attracts you to them. So share it
Absolutely.
all.
My team, guys, go over to Brooke's page and thank her for just this awesome call. Give her a bunch of love and support on Facebook because she just killed this call. I'm so pleased with it and so happy and so thankful for her.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Have a great
All
night, guys.
Thank you so much, Brooke. Have a
You
good
can do
one.
it. Believe in yourself.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.